Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants. And up in today's episode, we've got games away to Wolves and at home to Man City. So on the face of it, it looks like two very tricky games, to be honest. But if you look at the way we've started the season, these are two winnable games here today. We are sitting fourth in the league after just 6 games. And get this is actually our game in hand as well. So if we beat Wolves here today in the first game, we will go up to 3rd place above Man City, our next team in the episode here. So yeah, it's been an absolute blinding start to the season. 13 points in the first 6 games. Funnily enough, the problem this season at the moment is going forward. Defensively, we've been unbelievable so far this season. So just need to add more goals to our team, and yeah, we could be absolutely flying. But anyway, no complaints from me. We are currently sitting in a Champions League place. I'm not going to get too carried away though. I think it's highly unlikely we'll sit in this position come end of the season, but you never know. You never know. Hopefully we can just keep it up as long as possible. So in the last episode there, I did say that we should be signing Lucas Mertens. That deal has gone through. We signed him from Antwerp for 24 million. Unfortunately, he has been absolutely atrocious so far. He's played 4 games so far, no goals, no assists, with an average rating of 6.47. Yeah, not the greatest of starts to his life here with Portsmouth. As you can see, he's already started to improve his attributes, so that's a good sign. But in terms of his performances on the pitch, he has been very underwhelming so far. But I'm sure he'll improve. He better do. He's considered a star player at the club. 3.5 star, potentially 4.5 star. He's still got no caps for Belgium, but he does look like a great potential player, a great player for now as well. Hopefully, he can sort himself out very quickly. Also, one player has left us as well. That is Christoforos Charalabos. He has gone to Coventry for 500k. He was a youngster here. So got some decent potential, I'd say. I'd say he's got potential to be a championship player at best. Obviously, we are a Premier League team now, looking on the up as well. So he's not going to be a good player for us in the future. And ultimately, I needed to raise some funds after signing Mertens because it left us over the wage budget. So I was looking to see frantically who I could sell, and Charalabos was the easiest choice to make. 500k for him is nice. He has gone to Coventry and it was able to get under the wage budget. Also, it helped us get under the wage budget was David Helm. He has just moved from Man United to, I can't remember who, I think it was Sheffield United. And due to a clause in his transfer, we managed to increase the wage budget there as well. So that was nice. Talking off David Helm, by the way, I thought about signing David Helm in the window there. I actually did really want him. He's gone to Aston Villa, by the way, where he is now a regular starter. Due to him going there, we got some money for him, of course. And he was available for about 20 million. Yeah, they got him for 20 million. So I was interested in that deal. I really was interested in that deal. Not just because of the sentiment of it, because obviously he was here for a long time. Obviously, he started his career at Portsmouth. He's not a local lad, by the way. He's actually from Lancaster and he's a Morecambe fan. How bizarre is that? Have you ever seen a Morecambe fan or FootballManager before? I certainly haven't. So yeah, he's not a local lad, but I really did like him at the club, especially the time he did for us in the Championship. He was underwhelming in the Premier League 2 seasons ago, it has to be said. Our top goal scorer in the league was 6 goals. Since then, he moved on without us. But back in the Premier League, he was actually worse than Pellegrini. And the reason I knew that he's improved a lot is because I actually compared him with Pellegrini. You'd say that Helm is better now. Not by a lot, but he's definitely better. And he's still young. He's still 23 years of age. So I was really interested in bringing Helm back to the club and battling out Albita for the number 1 striking position. As I said, he's definitely improved a lot in the last 2 seasons. So he's a better player now. Not just for the sentiment of it. It actually made sense more than the sentiment, to be honest. He's a good striker, English, 20 million and still young. But unfortunately, the funds weren't there. A winger was much more important for us than a striker. Desperately needed a winger, so Mertens, I had to sign him instead. Maybe I'll sign David Helm in the future, who knows, but at the moment it looks very unlikely. He's just gone to Aston Villa, so I'm disappointed with that, but ultimately Mertens hopefully will turn out even better than David Helm. So unfortunately, only with Mertens joining us, the squad is looking rather thin for the season, it has to be said. Only 21 players in the squad. Definitely made a big boo-boo here. You'd say I need at least 2 more players in the first team, probably 3. So yeah, it's a problem. I'm pretty much going into every single game without all the substitutes on the bench, but hopefully we can survive until January. We're doing all right so far, and then maybe in January, maybe the board will ask me if I wanted to increase my expectations I never really do that, to be honest, but I might do this season to get some extra funds to try and bring a couple of players in on the cheap, just backup squad players to make up the team. That would be very useful. So hopefully we don't get too many serious injuries from now until January. Anyway, in terms of the recent results, guys, well, as I said, it's been a great start to the season. It didn't start off too well, though, after the last episode. We played Norwich away from home, absolutely battered them, and we lost the game 1-0. Barbosa, a player I almost signed 2 years ago, he scored with a penalty against us, and we just could not score in the game after that point, unfortunately. As I said, we the better team in the game, battered Norwich, we just couldn't score a goal. After that, similar theme, away to Tottenham, battered Tottenham in this game as well. As I said, Tottenham are not a great team in this universe now. They finished 15th last season, or 16th, so I knew we could beat them here. And we had a better team again, as I said. Fortunately, we got a draw in this one, but we led the game 1-0 for a Rocha penalty. They got a goal back completely against the run of play, so that was really disappointing in those two games especially. But after that, after beating Chelsea at home, we played Man United at home, and it was the same exact scoreline. Beat them 1-0 at home, Acosta with the goal in this game. Well, the first three games of the season, we were the better team and deserves to win. But against Man United, I have to be honest, they were the better team. They deserved the win. We really did hold on to it in the last 20 minutes or so. It looked like that goal was just coming instantly, but it never came, and we held on to a nice 1-0 win there. We still created chances of ourselves, but if you said who was the better team in the game, you'd probably say Man United. We probably did just about good enough for a draw, I'd say. So to get the win was very nice. 2 clean sheets at home to start the season, and 2 wins against Chelsea and Man United. That's a pretty good start to the season. After that, though, was worst performance of the season so far. Absolutely atrocious. We lost away to Watford 1-0 in the Carabao Cup second round. I'm disappointed because I want to do a good cup run in either the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Still got the FA Cup to come, of course, so we might make up for it there. Who knows? I did rest a lot of players, though. I gave a lot of players their first starts of the season. Rotated the entire squad. But still, Watford are in the Championship these days. We're a Premier League team. Even our B team and some of our squad players are good players, so we should have done a lot better than what we did in this game. Watford won the game 1-0, but to be honest, it should have been more than that. They were by far the better team in the game, and nothing I did in the game made a difference, to be honest. So this was really disappointing. A heavy 1-0 defeat, shall we say. It should have been more than that. It was pathetic. But thankfully, after that, the next 2 games, we really did bounce back very nicely. You look at the actual score lines in the first month here, all very boring score lines. 4 1-0s and a 1-1-1 scoreline. So after that, thankfully, we had a decent game. We beat QPR away 4-1. What a win this was. Andy Booth for a goal in the game, Gonzalez and Rocha as well. We were 4-0 up in the game. I think it's safe to say that 4-0 definitely did flatter us. We deserved to be winning the game, but not 4-0. 1 or 2-0 maximum. So to score 4 was really nice. It proves how critical we were in front of goal in this game. QPR created some chances, but we were the better team in the game. And after that was even more sensational. Played Newcastle 4 times so far in this series and lost all 4 of them. It changed in the 5th meeting though. We beat them at home 3-0 very comfortably. Goals from Booth and 2 goals from Acosta. And that means at the start of the season, in our 3 home games, we've beaten Chelsea, Man United and Newcastle without conceding a goal. So hopefully this can keep up for a long time. Man City at home in this episode, that's what I mean when I say we don't fear them in this episode. We can beat Man City at home. We beat Newcastle, Man United and Chelsea. There's no reason to think we can't beat Man City. But anyway, without further ado then, let's get to the first game of the episode, away to Wolves. And in terms of the team sheet for today's game, we've got Vicario in goal, Booth right back, Andaquia left back, Alphonse and Van Hecker centre backs, and we've got Guevara, Asugo and Acosta in midfield, Rocha on the right wing, Mertens on the left wing, and Alberta up front. So unfortunately, Vicario's got a slight injury for today's game. I don't usually do such things, but he's been so consistent for us at the start of the season. As you can see, we have his green rating there, 7.17. He's been very, very good. 3 clean sheets at home this season. He's got a tight thigh. He's back to training tomorrow. Is it worth risking? Well, I think it is. He's been so good for us so far this season. I hope he doesn't get a serious injury after this. Otherwise, I will be very, very annoyed with myself. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. So hopefully he stays fit for the game. Well, some players I've got to mention here. And the first player I have to mention, best player of the season so far, is Andy Booth. He has just completely snatched that right back position away from Gonzalez this season already early on. Look at that. In his first 6 games of the season, he scored 2 goals, got 4 assists, and a 7.7 average rating. He has been absolutely flying in that right back position this season. Absolutely flying. In the last 3 games alone, he's got, I think, 2 goals and 3 assists. Yeah, 2 goals and 3 assists in the last 3 games. He has been sensational so far and best player of the season. Hopefully he continues it for a long time. And Acquia as well. Not quite as good as Andy Booth, but in the green rating today, he started off the season very well, 7.04. Same with Alphonse as well. He's started off quite well as well. Very consistent. Asugo has been great in the middle of the park with Guevara this season. But then it comes to the forward line. That's where we've been let down a little bit. We've scored 7 goals in the last 2 games. But to be honest, most of them are created or involving Andy Booth. So he is our biggest attacking threat so far this season, our right back. Nestor Rocha has been poor at the start of the season, but as you can see here, the last couple of games, he's starting to get back to his best. So that's nice to see. Acosta has been great, though. 7.43 average rating. He got 3 goals. I'm not sure how many assists. Well, no assists, but 3 goals in 6 Premier League games. So that is very nice. Mertens and Albita have been very disappointing so far. Albita with no goals. Same with Mertens. An average rate of 6.47 and 6.53. So I'm giving them one more chance in today's game. If they both put in, or one of them put in a very poor performance today, they are out of the team for the Man City at home game. So I'm expecting a performance from these two. As I said, we scored 7 goals in the last 2 games, but hasn't involved either of these two, which is quite bizarre. In terms of injuries, well, 3 players are out injured currently, unfortunately. Vafali has started off the season with loads of injuries. Really annoying, actually. He started 1 game, or came off the bench 1 game. The rest of it has been injured. He's out for another 10 days to 3 weeks for a fractured toe. Kieran Paul's injured as well. Just got injured, out for 10 days to 3 weeks. And Desiree Doué's got quite a serious injury. He's out with a broken collarbone, back in 12 days to 4 weeks. So already the injuries are racking up a little bit. Hopefully no more get added today. Wolves away from home. Can we start off with a win? Let's find out. Before we get started with this Wolves game, guys, please remember that if you liked the video, to hit that like button for me. If you're still watching at this point of the video, then surely you must like it. So do me a favour and hit that like button for me. It's really important. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and much appreciated. So let's get started then. Away to Wolves. This fixture last season, finished 2-2. We actually led the game twice in that game, and Hansen Arrowan scored both the goals for Wolves. I'm pretty sure Pellegrini scored both the goals for us, so I'm not hoping for a repeat of that. I'm hoping for a win, but a 2-2 draw away to Wolves, a team finished 7th last season, wouldn't be a complete disaster. One other thing I forgot to mention from the last episode, I actually got offered the England job in the summer, and also got offered the Italy job as well. The Italy job was completely out of question. If I was to leave Portsmouth for anything, it'll be an England job towards the end of the series. So I was tempted, but ultimately it's nowhere near close to the end of the series. Anyway, Mertens is through on goal. Whilst I'm talking about the England job, Mertens has scored his first goal for the club. I was keeping one eye on that attack there, and thankfully I caught it. And what a lovely start to the game. 15 minutes in, Mertens with the goal. Here I am babbling about future England plans, and Mertens is casually getting his first goal for the club. What a lovely finish as well on the half volley. What a lovely start to the episode. But yeah, as I said, they offered me the England job. I've turned it down. Maybe in the future we'll see. Anyway, his Wolves are a free kick. Van Hecker clears it. Here, Rocha gets the ball. He passes it to Guevara. Mr. Consistent there, Guevara. Don't let me down now. Oh, for goodness sake, he did he? But Costa won it back. It's back with Guevara again. He tries a very ambitious pass. Maybe I shouldn't compliment my players when they have the ball. Because after I complimented Guevara, it went all pear-shaped, didn't it? Santiago Simon with the goal back very quickly after we scored the first goal, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Not great at all, but anyway. Still plenty of time to go in the game, so we shall see. Anyway, a bit about the actual series here. I did say at the start of the series, I'll probably go on to some sort of trilogy. To be honest, I'm really enjoying my time with Portsmouth now, and of course we are really going places. So I'm unsure whether I'll actually leave Portsmouth for another club. Obviously, never say never, but I'm pretty sure I want to take Portsmouth all the way now, all the way to the Champions League final and lifting the trophy. And anything after that may be the England job. Anyway, only a couple of chances in the first half here. Both goals for us. 1-1 in the game. Other than that, the game's been completely dead so far. So, not great. We led the game, but not for long, did we? Not for long. Let's see what we can do in the second half here. The Wolves have a corner. It's a terrible start to the second half. We've only lost 1 league game so far this season, and that was away to Norwich, of course. And now we're losing away to Wolves 2-1. I think the keeper did a bit poor there, to be honest. It's going quite quick at him, but I feel like he could have done better there. Well, this is disappointing after leading the game for a whole minute. Well, we're not creating anything in the second half, and we've been really poor. Alberta, you are out the team for the next game, pal. See you later. Pellegrini can come on. He scored 2 goals in his fixture last season, as I said, so let's hope for something similar. Also, Guevara's had a poor game. He's got a yellow card as well, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Moreno for him. I've gone more positive as well. Let's try and create something in the game, because they've been dominating the game since the first 20 minutes or so, to be honest. It's just been really poor this second half, especially. I don't think we've had a shot in the second half yet. Ross has got an injury and playing poor again. So going forward's been the problem this season. Bring on Gonzalez for him. I'm going to bring on Iliev as well for Mertens. Alright, 18 minutes to go. Will we create anything in the game? In the second half. Okay, that's Riedel running through half the team there, but Vicario saves it very easily. 80 minutes to go. This fixture finished 2-2 last season. I'll take a 2-2 now. That is for sure. I'll take a 2-2 now. Well, finally we get a couple of shots in the second half. Finally the momentum is swinging our way as well. Let's go attacking now. 7 minutes to go. Can we create something? Here's Andaquia with the ball. Got him on attack now. To Asugo. This looks promising. Asugo, shit, what is he doing? What a waste. What a waste from Asugo. He's been great so far this season, but that was a poor decision, that. 6 minutes added time. Can we create anything? Doesn't look like it. Wow. Big disappointment. Big disappointment. Disappointing start to the episode here. They were the favourites for the game. Could arguably be the hardest game we've faced this season so far, away to Wolves. I know we've faced Chelsea, Man United, Newcastle, but they were at home, away to Wolves. Wolves were a good team. As I said, 7th in the league last season, so maybe it's not as bad as I think. Hopefully we could salvage something from the episode, though, by beating Man City at home. Well, not the greatest of starts to the episode, losing away to Wolves there, but we have chances here to rectify that by beating Man City at home. It does sound like a very tricky game. As I said, we start off the season with wins at home to Chelsea, Man United and Newcastle, all without conceding the goal. So there's no reason to think that we cannot win this game. It's going to be tricky. Obviously, it's going to be tricky, especially with Erling Haaland up front. They're only 1 point above us, though, so we can beat Man City in today's game here. We could rise up to 3rd position again. Well, we will be in 3rd position if we beat Man City, so hopefully we can do that. We shall see. In terms of the team sheet for today's game, well, a couple of changes. Moreno comes in for Guevara, who's unfortunately suspended. Too many yellow cards, so Asugo plays as the ball midfielder today. Gonzalez comes in for the injured Rocha. Iliev comes in for the unfit Acosta. And Pellegrini comes in for the useless Alberta. In terms of injuries at the moment in the club, it's looking a little bit like a crisis. The squad is thin enough as it is already. And for this game today, we only have 5 players on the bench. Vafali, Guevara, Paul, Rocha and Doué, the 5 players missing for today's game. So that does not help when you're facing Man City at home. But still, the team who got out here today is still good enough. Andy Booth's best player of the season so far. Didn't do much there against Wolves. Can he turn up against Man City though? I'm sticking with the positive mentality for today's game as well. It hasn't let me down so far this season at home to the big clubs, so no reason to change it back to balanced here today. Hopefully we can do something. Let's get at least a point in today's episode, shall we? Been a very poor start to the match. Not too many chances for either team. It's pretty woeful so far, actually. What on earth is going on here? This game is absolutely racing by. Well, 26 minutes in, we finally get a highlight in the game, and it's Dedic with the ball for Man City. He passes to Bernardo. Is that Bernardo Silva still kicking about? Could be. Booth clears it though. Pellegrini is not going to win his header. And here's Dedic again. Haaland is through on goal and he scores. But I think he might be offside. He looked offside to me. Hopefully he is offside. First chance in the game. That big beast is still kicking around. It's a goal. It's a goal. It wasn't offside. So it's a terrible start to the game, unfortunately. He looked offside. One of the fullbacks is playing him onside there, I think. So, yeah, terrible start to the game here. Not too many chances for either team, but their first chance of the game. But all he needs is one chance, isn't it? So, he's put it away. Well, our forward form continues at the moment. Not creating anything in this game at all. Been abysmal going forward so far. So, I said our defence is the best part of the team so far this season. Vicario catches that easily. But at half time, we're getting absolutely battered here. Not a single shot on target in the game so far. Absolutely terrible. My word, we desperately need a striker, I know that much. We desperately need a striker. That's why I wanted David Helm, but fortunately we didn't have the money. But look at the state of this. What is going on here today? Well, I'm definitely taking a risk here. I'm going more positive in the game, but I have to. We didn't create anything in the game so far. Not a single shot on target in the first half. We're at home here. We need to at least give the fans something and give them some sort of performance. And Aquia has gone on attack. Also, I've taken off Pellegrini. He was awful in the first half. I've brought on Alberta. Last time I gave him a stern talking to like this before a match, he's got a hat-trick against Tottenham. So let's see if anything like that can happen in this game. I doubt it, but you never know. And also Acosta, who got slightly injured in the last game. He is on as well. He is on for Iliev. So let's hope we can at least create something in the second half and give our fans something to cheer at least, because that first half was abysmal. And 50 seconds into the second half, we're on the highlight. Will it work its magic already? Or will we concede already? Maybe the latter. Oh, he's got to be offside this time, surely. He's offside. Vicario made the save anyway. It was a poor effort, actually, from Erling Haaland there. But Vicario saved it nonetheless. We're still getting dominated in the game here. We're just not creating anything at all, are we? Still 60 minutes in and not shot on target in the match. It's pretty abysmal, actually. It's pretty abysmal. Lucas Mertens, I can't get on with him at the moment. I really can't get on with him. But there's no one to bring on from, is there? Let's be honest. Who am I going to bring on now? Panic can only play on the right or up front. He ain't coming on for any of those two. Well, Booth's had a poor game, but he's best player of the season so far, so he's staying on the pitch. Still time. 25 minutes to go. They've got a corner now, though. Vitinha to take it. Looks like another poor episode for us, unfortunately. It looks like it's going to be two defeats in the episode. Unless we can create some chances late on here. It doesn't look likely. We've got Vicario to distribute quickly and roll it out. Instead, he slows the pace down and kicks it long. Okay. Cheers for following my instructions, pal. And it's probably going to lead to a goal. Here's Rodrigo. To Caicedo. And he blasts it over, thankfully for us. What is happening, though? Create something in the game, boys. Shocking. You know what? No risk, no reward. I'm going attacking in the game now. 20 minutes to go. I've also brought on Panic for Moreno. I put Acosta as the box-to-box midfielder. I put Gonzalez as the attacking midfielder and Panic as an inside forward. Come on, boys. Let's really create a chance here. Create some chances. It's been absolutely terrible, this game. We still yet to have a shot on target in the match. 80 minutes in. My word, this is awful. Well, they certainly haven't turned up. Well, we finally got a shot on target, but it doesn't mean much, does it? We did not turn up in this game whatsoever. And going forward is a real problem this season. It's a real problem. Alberta has been awful. Mertens has been a terrible signing. He scored against Wolves, but he still couldn't get a green rating. Oh, we have got serious forward problems at the club right now, and no money left at the moment, so already I'm looking forward to January because someone's going to have to leave because I need a forward. I am desperate for a forward. Well, our great run of form at home to the big clubs has come to an end, unfortunately, and also a poor episode for us. 2 defeats. Obviously, still has been a good start to the season. No matter what happens, end of this game week, we'll be sitting 9th at worst. So it's still been a good start to the season, especially with the teams we've played. But that was disappointing. We could have done a lot better in the episode. 2 defeats is not nice. Hopefully, we can bounce back in the next game, and that's going to be tricky. Away to Aston Villa, that's no easy game, that's for sure. Then at home to Leicester. In terms of the next episode, though, guys, I think I'm going to bring you back for the games at home to Brighton and away to Everton. Everton started the season terribly, sitting bottom of the league, and Brighton, of course, are a fierce rival of ours. Not quite as much as Southampton, but still a rival of ours being on the south coast. So not the episode we wanted. Got some winnable fixtures coming up again, though. The next 3 are a bit tricky. Well, really tricky, actually. Away to Villa, home to Leicester, and away to Liverpool. Then after that, the month of November, we've got West Brom, Southampton, West Ham and Sheffield United. So hopefully we can go into the episode with some sort of good form. Hopefully our forwards can start scoring. Actually, none of our strikers have scored this season, I don't think. Has Pellegrini scored? No, we haven't had a striker who's scored so far this season. So that shows how much we're lacking in the forward department. We've got Acosta with 3 goals. Then we've got Booth, Rocha and Gonzalez with 2 goals. Mertens with 1. So yeah, goal scoring is a real problem. Alberta, he found his scoring boots towards the end of the season, but the start of this season has been absolutely terrible. Maybe I should just stick with him because Pellegrini, he's not doing much either. Anyway though guys, that is the end of the episode. Please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. As I said before, it's very important for the video success. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.